Hey, I'm Adrian from Scale Messaging, and in this video I want to walk you through a test that we ran for an Australian company called Zurali. Now, Zurali is an outdoors brand with premium quality gear and a very strong sustainability angle. Now, what we're really looking to validate in this particular test is, would a PDP or landing page style work better for paid social traffic? So Zurali is running a bunch of ads, sending traffic to either the PDPs or collection pages. And one of the issues that we identified with that is that a lot of the people coming from paid social actually aren't familiar with the brand yet. They've clicked an ad because they think it looks cool. And the issue is that when they get to the page, and this happens with a lot of brands, is when you go straight to the PDP, obviously the PDPs are generally oriented towards typical e-commerce, right, within the site context. So people will see the image, they'll scroll down. This is all very standard. And then we have the messages here. You know, we go further down, we have some social proof. So the PDP in general is quite strong. They've got video walkthroughs. But for traffic coming directly from ads, we hypothesize that we have to treat them a little bit differently, because that traffic actually aren't super motivated yet. They've just clicked an ad, they might not be interested. So our main insights there are that, as I said, they're not familiar with the brand and products. A lot of the messages are further down on the page. So what we call the frequently unasked questions, there's a couple of them, and 3 of them that apply to this particular test is, how is this different? So when people get there, they might be wondering, how is this brand different? We've seen a lot of ads, lots of different products. Secondly is, why should I trust you? How do I know that these are any good? And this is typically something that we face when people come from social ads, is they're just unfamiliar with the brand. So we really need to get those messages across quite quickly. And then lastly, what makes these so good, right? Because we have a short amount of time, we need to capture their attention to either sell them then or get them to come back. So in this test, what we tried to do was, strategically, there was 4 things that we wanted to do. Number 1 is capture their attention and interest. We wanted to communicate the key messages of the brand. So the brand has some very strong sustainability messages. The products themselves are made of recycled materials, etc. And we wanted to make sure we could build trust and motivation at the same time. So there's a few things going on there. This test we ran not just on one PDP, but there was a selection of the top performing products that they were sending traffic to. And instead of creating a separate dedicated landing page, what we wanted to experiment with is just adding a top section to the regular landing page, to the regular PDP. So much easier to test. We don't need to set up a new page. We just add this section, and then we can segment that in the targeting in Convert. So just so you're aware, this top bar is the same. It's just like auto scrolling, but the screenshots have a different image. So what did we actually do here? So at the top, you see when they land, we get this message: meet the sandals that give back. A new tree planted with every purchase, 100% offset CO2 emissions, uses recycled materials. So very quickly, we see that there is a giving back and sustainability proposition. So immediately as we land, that message hits, which establishes difference. This was not a static image, so this was actually a video that played through. So again, it captures interest and motivation. The next section that we have here is a selection of quotes from press in this outdoors kind of scene, which we hypothesized was particularly relevant to people who are interested in these sorts of products. So the other ones are down here. So our forever favorite for eco-friendly adventure gear. They mix sustainable materials and stylish design. So these just kind of help establish a little bit of trust up front. We then included as well different images of the products. So the reasoning for that is because, again, we're really trying to ensure people don't bounce straight away. So we get their attention, we use the messages to establish difference, motivation, trust, and this shows the range. And then this next section is essentially explaining the benefits of the products and some key features. The reason that we put that here, because you might say, well, it's actually already on the page. We put that here because it's bigger text. We want to get that across straight away. So even if they only get this far, they've got a lot of the key messages, so that when they move on to the rest of the page, they're primed and they have that information already. The rest of the page is the same. So what were the results? Well, after running this for several weeks, the result was a 17% uplift in revenue per visitor with a 96% chance to win. And conversion rate was a 10% increase in conversion rate and 90% chance to win. So what that tells us when we look at the revenue and the conversion rate together is that we actually saw an increase in value per purchase as well, which is a solid win. Now, as I mentioned, this was across a number of key products and this has been deployed. So this is a good example of what messaging CRO is all about. We identify the key messages that we want to get across, and then we validate it, and then hopefully get good results like this. So thanks for watching, and let us know if you want to know any more info.